Hello YouTube friends, welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, welcome to the channel. My name is Jeanette and this is New Way to Live, my quest to lose weight following my VSG journey, my quest to find my purpose or purposes in life, and basically my journey to take back my life and reclaim it as mine. And today what I want to kind of talk about is my mid-year reset, what it is, why I'm doing one, and what has gone into planning this reset. Now, I had a script or a sheet of notes ready for this, and I just decided to throw the notes out the window and kind of roll with it. So here we go. Let's get into the video. So the reason why I'm wanting to do kind of a first let's talk about what a mid-year reset is, right? A mid-year reset to me is, we're in July. We have 6 months left in the year. It's kind of like setting New Year's resolutions, but instead of starting them in the beginning of the year and taking a whole year to complete them, I'm looking at it as a mid-year resolutions, mid-year goal setting, things that I want to accomplish within the next 6 months before the next year comes. And so what I did was, I have this workbook called You Goal Girl, and I'm kind of following through this workbook, which is helping me set some of the goals that I want to set. Now, originally I was going to go through and break down the steps that the workbook suggests that you take to set these goals, but I'm not going to do that because I'm not really following this to the T. I'm kind of using it as a guideline. The funny thing is I bought this in the beginning of the year thinking that I was going to set New Year's resolutions, but I never did, so I figured this is a good time to use it. So why I want to complete a mid-year reset, I've had a lot happen to me this year with my surgery and being laid off and having to find a new job. And the kids being out of school for a while because of the pandemic and whatnot. There's just been a lot going on here, and I have not taken the time to really sit down and focus on my goals or focus on things that I want to accomplish in my life. I've just kind of been rolling with the flow. And I think that it's important for me to do this because part of this year was supposed to be about taking my life back. And in order to do that, I have to know what it is exactly that I'm taking back. And I think that that's going to play a big part in me setting these goals. So one of the first things that the workbook suggests that you do, which is like goal setting 101, of course, it's like you want to decide, are these goals that you have, are they SMART goals? And everyone knows what a SMART goal is. I'll put it up here on the screen just in case you don't, but a SMART goal is something that is specific, measurable, attainable, realistic, and time sensitive. If you cannot answer yes to all of those things, it's not a SMART goal. It's probably not something you're going to be able to accomplish, or it's going to be very difficult to accomplish. So I had to take that into mind. I did take that into mind when I was setting these goals that I have for myself. And what I did here is I broke down my goals into 5 different categories of my life, different areas that I want to focus on. The first one being professional development. The reason why this one is blank is because as of right now, I do not have any professional development goals. I'm just kind of going with the flow there, and we'll see what happens. The next one being personal development goals. And my goals that I have for personal development are to create a routine, read more, and journal regularly. What I then did was, on the back of this card, I wrote down what are some things I'm going to do to accomplish. So going to bed at the same time each night, 10:30, 11 o'clock, waking up at 6 a.m. each day, reading 10 pages a day, and starting with books that I already own, journaling almost weekly to reflect, to speak gratitude, and to brain dump. The waking up at 6 a.m. is not going so well. I'm like 2 weeks into this. It's not going so well. I'm not a wake up early person. It seems like, I guess that's okay. You know, you hear all these stories and see about people, oh, I get up at 4 a.m. and I go work out, and I get up at 5 a.m. and that's when I'm my most productive. I tried. There were a few times I got up at 5:30, and I ended up going back to bed until 6. So 6 o'clock seems to be my sweet spot, and that's kind of what I'm aiming for. My health and fitness is the third category, and I want to lose 50 more pounds. I've already lost 92. I think that it's reasonable, you know, given the fact that I had weight loss surgery, it's reasonable that I can lose another 50 pounds in 6 months. It's definitely doable. And the ways that I'm going to work towards that are tracking my food and water intake daily and walk 1 mile a day as long as weather and health permits. And what I mean by that is weather or health permitting. If it's raining, I'm not going to walk in the rain. It's just, I don't enjoy it. And if I'm not feeling well, I'm not going to push myself to go out and go for a walk. Yes, it might make me feel better, but for example, last week I was on my time of the month and I didn't want to walk, so I didn't. And then I had my ulcer issues the next day. I didn't want to walk, so I didn't. And I'm not going to beat myself up over it. But sticking to this on a regular routine will help me achieve that. As far as tracking my daily food and water intake, I use the Berrytastic app. And if you have had weight loss surgery, I definitely recommend using this app if you don't already use it. Then the fourth category are hobby goals. And since my eBay store and my YouTube channel are hobbies, I want to build my eBay store to 1,000 listings and build my YouTube channel to 100 subscribers. And the way that I'm going to do that is I'm going to list 5 items per day to the store. I'm going to improve old listings as they age, post weekly on YouTube with VSG updates and reselling updates and updates on my goals and how that's going. These are hobbies. Yes, hopefully I can take this eBay hobby that I have and turn it into a steady income, which will then change my goals. Then the last category is financial goals, and I want to pay the credit cards off and pay off any loans that we may have out. Not necessarily, I have my financing from my surgery that I want to pay off, and then I have 2 credit cards that I'm focusing on. And the way that I'm going to do this is I'm going to pay more than the minimum payment, and then I'm going to add $1 per day, so $7 every week to each credit card. I'm going to redo the budget, sorry the lighting is changing, to allow for greater payments. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the outstanding active debt balance of anything that I want to pay off. I'm going to divide it by 6 because that's the number of months that are left in the year. And then each month, that's what I'm going to put towards that debt to make sure that it's paid off before the end of the year. And whatever I have to do to make that happen, that's what I'm going to do. I think that these are really reasonable. I think that these are all completely doable. And I'm going to place these on my goal board. Once I put them on the board, I'll show you where that's at and what that looks like. But I'm going to place these on my goal board so that it's something that I see every day when I come in and out of the house. And it's something that I don't forget about because it's right there in front of me. Something else that the workbook has, it's got a lot of handy stuff in here like gratitude logs, which you don't really need to see what I'm grateful for, but you know, things like waking up in the morning and having a job and my family. It's got habit trackers, which are great. I like a habit tracker, but I'm also decided that I'm going to use Trello to track everything that I'm doing. Trello is free to use. It's real easy. You can kind of make it your own. You can update it whenever you want. You can do it from your phone, from the computer. You can customize it, make it different colors. And then that's really kind of what's been working for me here. So over the last 2 weeks, I have not waken up early every day, and that's just because, like I said, I am not a morning person. It is not working for me to get up at 5:30 or 6 o'clock in the morning. I have started, I do track my food and water every day, and I think out of the last 2 weeks, we've missed maybe 3 days of walks because I wasn't feeling well or because it was raining, maybe 4. The personal development goals, creating a routine, reading more. I've read 10 pages every day. There were a couple days that I missed, but I'm playing catch up today. I guess you can't really, can you do that? I mean, there really are no rules here. I can kind of do whatever I want. So I was behind a couple days, and so today I'm reading extra to catch up. I guess I can really do, it's my journey, right? I'm going to do what I want. I haven't really been journaling, but I have been making sure that I've been going to bed every night, or at least being in bed by 10:30 or 11 o'clock every night. That's kind of been helpful. I am listing 5 items per day to my eBay store, and I don't always go online every single day to list them. What I do is I will set them up to schedule them to post so that I don't have to do it every day. And then I have already done 2 videos on YouTube over the last 2 weeks. This will be a 3rd one. So I'm kind of sticking with that. Now, if you've made it this far in the video, I definitely appreciate you sticking around. If you have anything that you're working towards, any goals that you're working on, share them down below in the comments. If you have any suggestions for what I've shared, maybe you've done the same thing. Maybe you've paid off some debt recently and you have some ideas of what's worked for you. I'd love to hear them. As part of my hobby goal of growing my YouTube subscribers to 100 by the end of the year, that means that people have to subscribe. So right here, subscribe wherever the little doohickey is. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Let's take you to the goal board. And I realize the lighting is not the best out here, but here's my goal board. Out in my garage with my eBay stuff. That's where it's gonna be, and because I drive in and out of here every day, it's gonna be hard to miss. And then here is my Trello setup.